Originally released in 1977, Wizard provides the rules for Magic in the larger The Fantasy Trip system. However, the game can be played on its own. Wizard is the companion to Melee, which provides the combat as the counterbalance to the magical elements of Wizard. The game itself includes the following: a 19-inch by 23-inch game map, 62 counters, a rule book, spell table, and 3 6-sided dice. Playing Wizard starts with creating characters, setting up the game, and following the turn sequence. You start with 32 points to divide in 3 ways: strength, dexterity, and intelligence or IQ. Each attribute must have a minimum of 8 points, with the remaining 8 points to be divided however you choose. The stronger the character, the better the health. Remember that you lose strength for each spell that is cast. You cannot cast a spell that reduces the character to 0 or less strength. The better the dexterity, the higher the chances of scoring a hit or casting a successful spell. Dexterity also helps in passing physical tests. You roll 3 6-sided dice against your dexterity when trying to strike a target or pass certain tests. The higher the intelligence, the greater the number of spells that you can choose to cast. The total number of spells equals their IQ rating. You may choose at this time to arm the character with a staff or a wand. It costs no strength to use it and may strike opponents to cause physical damage. But you must know the staff spell in order to have one. Once you have created your character, it is now time to choose the spells that they will cast. You can use the spell creation book to find what spells you want your wizard to use. The limit of spells is determined by their intelligence. For example, a wizard with an IQ of 9 can have up to 9 spells in their arsenal, but they cannot choose spells that are for IQ 10 or higher. If you have Melee, then the turn sequence in Wizard works in the same manner with a few additions. Both sides roll for initiative. The winning side may choose to move first or allow their opponents to move first. Once the initiative phase is completed, you may choose to renew any active spell that was cast the previous turn. This only applies to spells that can be renewed. Once the renewed spell phase is completed, one side starts their movement phase and continues through the rest of the turn. Each character that is disengaged, which means that they are not adjacent to an enemy character, may do the following just like in Melee: move or a charge attack, drop or stand, dodge, ready a new weapon, or fire a missile weapon. For engaged characters, they may do the following: shift and attack, shift and defend, fire a final shot from a missile weapon, change weapons or pick up a dropped weapon, move into hand-to-hand combat, stand up, and disengage. Wizard adds 2 new features for engaged or disengaged characters: casting a spell and disbelieving a spell. Energy is spent when casting a spell, which means that your total hit points will be reduced due to exhaustion. Remember that you retain your original strength in terms of carrying items even if you have been casting spells. Disbelieving a spell means that you can roll against your IQ to disbelieve what may be an image or illusion of an object, animal, or monster. If you are successful, the image or illusion goes away. The heart of Wizard is the ability to cast different types of spells against your opponent. As with Melee, the combatant who may strike first will have the highest dexterity. You can select from a range of spells that have different effects. A wizard may cast 4 types of spells in the game: Missile, Throne, Control, and Creation. A missile spell may strike a target at a considerable distance with a mild reduction to their dexterity in order to achieve a hit. A thrown spell works like a thrown weapon, with a -1 to the dexterity for every hex it must travel. A control spell allows you to take over an opponent or creature. The subject of the spell gets to respond with a saving roll compared to their IQ. If they succeed, the control spell fizzles. Control spells do not work against illusions or images. A creation spell can be used to fashion walls, fire, illusions, or images of creatures, real or not. There is no dexterity adjustment, but the created item must be within a certain distance of the wizard. A creature summoned from another plane of existence, such as a wolf, bear, or dragon, is a real character in the game with its own strength, dexterity, and intelligence rating. It functions under the control of the wizard who summoned it. In addition, Wizard offers optional rules that will help enhance the game experience. Such rules cover the following: experienced figures, pets, magical items, and the courtesy rule, which forbids wizards from casting a missile spell as their first spell of the game. Otherwise, the game may be quite short. Wizard is a game of individual combat between wizards, or wizards against summoned or illusionary creatures. It also allows for a player to create 2, 3, or more wizards to serve together as a team. Building such teams is also encouraged in the game Melee, which means that you can combine wizards and warriors in taking on new challenges. Wizard is the companion to Melee, bringing the magic to the brawn. While Wizard is an independent game that provides a wide variety of spells and character creation, it is also part of the foundation that builds the Fantasy Trip system.